then, now. Forever. Together. And now, WWE presents Clash at the Castle Kickoff.
This is Scotland in the United Kingdom, a gorgeous country with varying scenery, highlands and lochs and towering cliffs, a thing of wonder. And we are in Glasgow. The city is located on the banks of the River Clyde in west central Scotland, 400 miles north of London. Drew McIntyre's hometown of Ayr is located 40 miles to the southwest of here on the Firth of Clyde. And we are live today, 4 p.m. here in Glasgow, the OVO Hydro Arena, is where SmackDown and Clash at the Castle will be held. We're just feet away in SEC Hall 4. Welcome to the Clash at the Castle Kickoff Show. And ladies and gentlemen, there is the aforementioned Mr. McIntyre, the first British and only Scottish-born WWE champion. He battles Damian Priest for the World Championship tomorrow night. And there's the #1 contender for the WWE Women's title, Piper Niven, a true trailblazer for Scottish women's wrestling. Piper was born in Kilburnie, just 20 miles southwest of here. Hello, Glasgow! Hundreds and hundreds of WWE fans have shown up. I'm Michael Cole, the voice of WWE. I am so glad you guys could join us for the Clash at the Castle kickoff. Now, tomorrow at Clash at the Castle, many of your own will be battling it out. How about Alba Fire from Paisley? Isla Dawn from Glasgow, Piper Niven from Kilburnie, and the man who may become the World Heavyweight Champion from Ayr, Drew McIntyre. I'm a bourbon guy, but I think I'm going to develop a taste for scotch being in your country. Without further ado, please welcome the man, well, he's the reason we're here. He is the Chief Content Officer of WWE. Please welcome the Hall of Famer, Paul Triple H Levesque. Who doesn't love Lemmy?
Hello, Scotland. There are a lot of you here, huh? Are you gonna be loud? I said, are you gonna be loud?
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 8 years, we are doing WWE television shows here in Glasgow, and for the first time ever, we have a premium live event in Scotland, all thanks to Triple H.
It's not thanks to me, it's thanks to you. We are here for you. We are here to give you everything we have because we know, Scotland, you will give us everything you have.
You know, Paul, I mentioned this at the top of the show. There are so many Scottish superstars on our roster now that have made it possible for us to come here for this event. I mentioned Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who have a tag team championship match tomorrow night. Piper Niven, of course, battles for the women's championship, and Drew McIntyre trying to win the world title in his homeland. How important is this event to all of them?
I think it is amazing to show the global nature of what WWE has become. Superstars from all over the world competing to be known as the best. And that's what you get here. It is remarkable to me that Scotland has produced so many world-class athletes.
WWE is red hot right now. All over the globe. We saw it at Backlash in Lyon. We saw it in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. We're seeing it here, of course, in Scotland. What is the reason for that in your mind, Paul?
I would say it back, but I don't know you, like really. Like that anyways, you know, like so. What would I say that's attributed to? I would say WWE is a global sensation that everybody wants to be a part of. When you grow up your whole life watching WWE superstars, wanting that as a career, wanting to emulate that people like Drew McIntyre did, that Piper Niven did, for them to get here in this moment in front of their home, in front of their people, and to do what they do better than anybody else on the planet, there is nothing like that. And when you see the passion of those superstars and you see the passion of their fans, there is nothing like it in the world.
And when you see the passion of the man to my right, because what we are seeing now, this entire, rebirth, so to speak, of WWE is because of Triple H, and that is why I've taken upon myself to dub this the
it is
Triple
not,
H era. I had to get it in.
It is not because of me. Here's the thing, it is not because of me. I am just like every single one of you. I was a kid that sat on my couch every weekend and watched wrestling and watched WWE until it wasn't on anymore. I would sit there all day and do it. It was all I ever wanted to be and all I ever wanted to do, and it is, to me, the greatest form of entertainment on this planet. So, for me to be a small piece in the cog of what is happening right now, it is remarkable, but it is the WWE superstars. It is the men and women that work behind the scenes, camera people, techs, everyone, that make it possible what we do for you. That is what makes this great, always will be what makes it great long after I and everybody else here are gone. So the thanks truly is to all of them and to all of you.
And before we let Triple H go, I believe he probably has a question to ask all of you.
I just wanted to see if you run out of air. No, I feel like there is a question that needs to be asked here for all of you, and it's a personal question, but I just really feel like I want to know the answer. So if you could be truthful on this. Are you ready? No, Scotland! I said, are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Triple H Levesque. Well, an absolutely incredible atmosphere here in Glasgow. Of course, SmackDown takes place in a few hours just across the parking lot. Tomorrow night is Clash at the Castle. Starts 7 o'clock here in Glasgow, 2 o'clock on the East Coast in the United States, 11 a.m. on the West Coast. One of the feature matches at Clash at the Castle tomorrow night is for the undisputed WWE Championship. Please welcome the challenger for that title, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Welcome, AJ. Before we get into what's going to happen tomorrow night at Clash at the Castle, I've been wanting to pick your brain on something that's been gathering headlines over the past number of weeks in WWE, and that is this growing relationship.
Go ahead, Michael Cole, ask your question, come on.
That is the growing relationship and partnership between WWE and TNA. You're a former two-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Your thoughts? Your thoughts on this?
What a great time to be a wrestling fan. Mixing it up with TNA talent, going over there, some coming over here. I think it's the best of both worlds. And for me, it's kind of like if I were running the show, that's exactly what I would do.
AJ Styles is a two-time WWE champion. He is the first man to ever win the WWE Championship outside of North America. And he hopes to do that again tomorrow night when he takes on Cody Rhodes for the title. You had a tremendous match with Cody back at Backlash in May. One of the greatest matches I've ever called of my career. It was a true honor. But why are you back? Why is this so important for you to be a part of the WWE Championship picture?
Because I can beat Cody Rhodes, that's why. I was a second away from beating Cody Rhodes last time. I will not make the same mistake twice.
Okay, but you lost, and then you had to pull off, he did, but then you had to pull off this elaborate retirement ruse. You suckered all of us in, and you got what you wanted. You got your championship match against Cody. Now, Cody upped the odds a bit last week when he decided he wanted this to be an I Quit match. Now, I'm not sure how wise that was for Cody, because I was doing some research, and you've never been in a I Quit match in WWE, but in your career, you are 4-0.
That's right.
In I Quit matches. Cody Rhodes has never participated in one. So, you're pretty happy, I bet, that he brought up this stipulation.
It wasn't my idea, it was definitely Cody Rhodes' idea. And if he wants me to make him quit, then why not? He got humiliated when I went for my retirement. Why did I do that, by the way? You never asked me why I did it.
Well, why?
I'll tell you why. Because Nick Aldis was not going to give me the opportunity that I wanted.
But you hadn't earned it. You had not earned that opportunity.
Oh, but I did. When I took Cody Rhodes' head off I knew exactly what I was doing because he would play right into my game and give me what I wanted. And I want an opportunity for that WWE Championship again.
So, you know,
he fell for it. You fell for it. You can be mad about it if you want to, but I got what I wanted.
here's the irony of the situation, however. You had this retirement ruse, this stunt that you pulled. However, you may actually be forced to say, I quit tomorrow night. And if you utter the words, I quit, which would be embarrassing and humiliating, especially for a superstar of your stature, what would happen then? What would AJ Styles do if he says, I quit tomorrow night to Cody Rhodes?
Michael Cole, we will cross that road if it comes. But as of right now, you're looking at the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Styles.
Here comes the champ.
AJ Styles very confident heading into tomorrow night at Clash at the Castle. I want to remind everyone the Countdown Show will actually start at 5 local. That is noon on the East Coast. A 2-hour countdown show before Clash at the Castle tomorrow night. Well, the man that AJ Styles will face tomorrow night here in Glasgow is the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes! That may become a thing, but let's not get you hurt before the match tomorrow night.
Oh, I'm in so much trouble.
By the way, I like that sign right there because I've actually said that. Undesirable to undisputed. Cody Rhodes. Cody, this is the atmosphere. For the first time in 8 years, we're doing television in Glasgow, and for the first time ever, we have a premium live event here in Scotland. How excited are you?
Here's how excited I am. I brought my mother to Scotland.
We saw the Instagram story.
And I think you guys have probably figured this out. Maybe somebody has smartened you up. The rumor might be spreading, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a little scoop here. Michael knows this, of course. Internally, people are monitoring, is Scotland going to be louder than France? You guys are excited about this PLE, aren't you? Yeah?
Now, speaking of France and Backlash, you had your first ever one-on-one match with AJ Styles. It was an instant classic, one of the best matches I've ever called, and you beat AJ. And General Manager Nick Aldis said he had to go to the back of the line. He was not happy with that, so he comes out with this elaborate retirement ruse to force your hand. Many say you were suckered into this.
Was I suckered into this, or did I get Mark Henry'd into this? In seriousness, AJ Styles, I offered up my innocence. He repaid it in scorn. He pretended that he was going to walk away. And if AJ Styles walked away after our match at Backlash in France, he would have gone out on top. He would have gone out having had a great match, having been a great former champion. But AJ Styles right now is nothing but angry. And he's worn that anger so long, it's starting to fit him real well. He's bitter at that. AJ Styles tomorrow is not just going to get beat. AJ Styles is going to say the words.
Now, speaking of that, tomorrow night will be the 26th I Quit match in WWE history. 6 times that championship, the WWE title has been on the line. The champion is 4-2 in those matches. Now, those stats favor you. But let's look at the other side of the coin. AJ Styles is 4-0 in his career in I Quit matches. You have never, ever participated in an I Quit match. Cody, critics will say this about you. You're a tremendous in-ring performer, great champion, great wrestler, heart of a lion. But the one criticism I've heard of you is, can Cody Rhodes get down and dirty when he needs to? Can Cody Rhodes break the rules when he needs to? Can Cody Rhodes get vicious and physical when he needs to? Is this why you chose I Quit, to prove the critics wrong tomorrow night at Clash at the Castle?
Guys, let's take a moment here and give a round of applause for Michael Cole. Michael Cole has become, and I think we're all loving it, has become the voice of WWE. And I feel, because you're the voice of WWE, perhaps you have only seen WWE. Maybe it's exclusively been your number one thing. You've been the ambassador, you've waved the flag, you've done all that. The reason I bring this up is because Scotland knows this. The one thing I learned when I walked away was just how to get down and dirty. You guys ever heard of a group called the Bullet Club? So Michael's question, I'll pose to you guys because it's a great question. Am I vicious enough to beat AJ Styles? Am I angry enough to go full Homelander and rip AJ Styles' throat out? And with everything you've learned about me and everything that we have been through together as the story continues, do you guys trust me to give you the absolute best WWE Championship match, the best PLE going? And is Scotland gonna get another PLE in WWE's future? Thank you guys very much. Enjoy. Thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Nightmare and your undisputed WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes.
Tonight only. Save up to 30% off orders.
They say a fate's coming to Scotland. And it's not your average scrap.
Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship live from Glasgow, Scotland.
You know where to find me.
Scan the QR code now for tickets to the epic clash at the castle.
We are in Glasgow, of course, the home of the University of Glasgow, a top 100 university on the entire planet, and the fourth oldest English-speaking university in the entire world. SmackDown later on tonight, of course, Clash at the Castle tomorrow, and you guys should have corrected me. It's actually the OVO, correct? It's the OVO, not the OVO. The OVO is where Clash at the Castle takes place tomorrow night. And here comes the chant for OVO. Tomorrow night, one of your own will battle for the WWE Women's Championship. Here is a very special look at Piper Niven.
Turn to this moment forever. The moment that I could stand in front of my family, friends, fans, believers, non-believers, and say, I did it.
Piper Niven, not the woman to mess with.
I've been digging and clawing my way out of the trenches and putting Scottish wrestling on the map.
She's an incredibly talented athlete. She's dangerous as the day is long.
Some words I live by that my husband taught me. Let them know you were here. That's what I'm going to do tonight. And that's what I hope you're going to do tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the #1 contender for the WWE Women's Championship, Piper Niven.
wanted to do that.
And you had your opportunity. First, Piper, welcome home.
Before we start, 1 second. Wait. Who's this chap? That's not me. We don't look the same. Change that. New photo, please, next time.
Piper, welcome home.
Thank you very much.
You were brought up in a town called Kilburnie. Tell me a little bit about this community.
Kilburnie is a very, very tiny town of maybe 5,000 people. Usually, someone asked me today, what do you see in Kilburnie? And I said, the road to Irvine, usually. People don't really go there for anything. We have a Tesco's. Let's go. That's Target for my American friends. But I am so incredibly proud to come from a tiny, tiny town in a tiny, tiny country.
You know, Piper, I like to tell this story about you. You, growing up, were a massive wrestling fan, and you wanted to be a professional wrestler. But you hid it because you were afraid that people would think you were weird because wrestling was for the boys. When did you break out of that shell and realize that you wanted to do this?
No surprises. I was already the weird bullied kid, and I didn't have to give anybody any more ammo. I'm sure everybody in this room knows what that feels like. And then I became a teenager and got more interested in silly things like boys. And then when I was 16, I found the SWA Pro Wrestling School, and my life changed forever.
You have become one of the trailblazers as it comes to women's wrestling here in Scotland. You, of course, started as Viper.
I did.
Which many will remember. You were a former ICW Women's Champion.
Women's World Champion.
Women's World Champion. How did these experiences within the Indies in the UK help you in your career and your growth to get to WWE?
How did my career in the Indies help me? Because particularly in Scotland, work on the Indies, you worked with the hardest hitting buggers that you would ever be faced with. I went to Japan and went, this is a cakewalk. Like, I've already had my teeth panned in several times off Kaylee Ray. This is nothing.
You were a pioneer of the NXT UK division. And now, for the first time in 2 years, you get a shot at a singles championship, a one-on-one shot at the singles championship, the WWE Women's title. However,
I love you.
okay, I'm going to be the jackass here now and say that, yeah, many say you deserve it, but there are a lot of people who say you don't because you didn't do anything to earn this except attack the champion Bayley. What is your response to the critics when they say something like that?
Do you know where we are right now?
Glasgow?
Do you see this ocean of people?
Can't miss them, they're loud.
Do you know why we're here? Because people like me put wrestling on the map. Me and all these people here made WWE come to us. And quite frankly, I'm tired of pretending I'm not one of the best in the roster, because I am. And I got tired of patiently waiting, and I started kicking down doors. And unfortunately, nobody told Bayley not to answer the door to Piper.
Well, without further ado, why don't we bring out A woman who's going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame, and there is no doubt about that. She is a 4-time world champion, 2-time tag champ. She's won Money in the Bank, and she won a Royal Rumble, setting a record this year. Ladies and gentlemen, the WWE Women's Champion, Bayley. Some things will never change. Welcome.
Thank you. What a great introduction. Hall of Fame.
Well,
oh my
yeah,
God.
I mean,
Thanks, Michael.
people think that you hate me, but that's really not the case.
Right. Yeah, that's not the case.
Well, hey, listen, Bayley, this is not your first TV. You involved back in 2016 when we were here in Scotland as well. But this is your first title defense here in Glasgow. First ever premium live event in this country against that woman. What do you need to do to keep your title against the powerful Piper Niven?
Piper, like I said, this past SmackDown, how much respect I have for you, although it didn't seem that you cared very much. And I understand because this is what you want. This is what you're here for. This is what the people are here for. And so I took that into consideration. You know, if I think back in 2016, when these people serenaded me on Monday Night Raw, I haven't forgot that. So I know this is your home country, and I know everything you've accomplished. I watched about 15 of your matches last night, and I know you inside and outside of those ropes. But I think I'm their adopted girl over here, too. So I think I'm gonna put up as big a fight as you.
This may be your biggest challenge since you won the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Have you thought about what happens if you lose?
Hey, we all know I've done a lot of losing in my career, okay? But I'm still here, right? I never left. I never took a break. I never gave up. I'm right here. What, you have something to say? You want
Sorry,
to...
is it just cute when you're rude and obnoxious?
I'm just speaking the truth, Piper.
Refreshing.
You got something to say?
Carry on. Actually, do you know what? I have a question for you, Bayley. How does it feel knowing that you're down to literal minutes before I kick your head in and take that title off you? Here's another question, Bayley. Do you believe in magic? Because you're going to need some to beat me.
Is that all you got, Piper? Is that all you got? I think these people are in for a show tomorrow night, Piper. Because I'm not letting this go. I worked too damn hard to get here. I know that you built the foundation, and thank you for getting us to this PLE. But I'm walking out. as your WWE Women's Champion.
So let's save the fighting for SmackDown later on, and also tomorrow night at Clash at the Castle, the premium live event here from Glasgow, Scotland. It'll be Bayley defending the WWE Women's Championship against Scotland's own Piper Niven. Well, ladies and gentlemen, also tomorrow night, the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Damian Priest will defend the title against this man.
There's a saying in Scotland, what's for ye will no go by ye. What's meant to be will be.
When you're from this country and you've got such incredible heroes throughout history, like the William Wallaces, the Robert the Bruces, the people who were told, how are you going to pull off the impossible? And they did it. And that's the kind of mentality I have. If you've got a dream, you go for that dream, you hold on to that dream, you make that dream happen. I really think it's because of the upbringing.
I'm very proud to be from Scotland.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a two-time WWE champion, a one-time world champion. He is the first ever Scottish-born WWE champion. Without further ado, please welcome from Ayr, Scotland, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. Again, welcome. Can we possibly be civil?
You and I have got some issues, but we'll be good tonight. Anyway, you're Patter's Pish. It's not about us. It's about Scotland. It's about no Scotland, no party, and Big Drew's Tartan Army.
It has been an incredible homecoming week for you.
We're not finished. Now you may talk.
The first ever active wrestler to be inducted into the Scottish Wrestling Hall of Fame. Congratulations. And all over social media, the reunion with STV co-anchor Kelly Ann Woodland. That was everywhere. How has the week been? And how have you been able to focus heading into what you need to do tomorrow night?
This week has been absolutely mental, by the way. I came home on BBC, on STV, all the TV shows, all the radio shows I watched growing up. I get a chance to get some Iron Brew, maybe a little Bucky on Wednesday. It's a half Bucky chance, half Iron Brew chance. It's been unbelievable. I just can't wrap my head around this. This is beyond the dream. The first PLE in Scotland. And old Big D's in the main event for the world title.
Did you ever think 20 years ago, 25 years ago when you started that we'd be here today?
I want to pretend and say yes, but when I was growing up, the dream was make it for air, make it to WWE, main event WrestleMania, win the world title. And I did that. But it seems like every time I think to myself something's impossible, just because it's never been done doesn't mean it can't get done. In the first Clash at the Castle, I'd been harassing WWE forever. I was like, listen, it's been like 30 years since we've had a significant stadium show in the UK. Maybe we have that show again. Heard excuses like logistics and time difference, and in 2018 we did a show in Australia. And I was like, time difference, by the way? There's no crazier time difference in Australia, and finally it happened. I'm sure you're gonna ask me questions about Clash at the Castle, but it finally happened. And what happened? I got screwed. It was perfect till it wasn't perfect. But then a miracle happened. Clash at the Castle Part 2. A redo in Scotland. You got a question? I keep talking.
No, I do. When we're civil tonight, right?
Very.
Okay, so...
Here we! Next question.
Okay, so 2 questions about tomorrow night. The first, you talked about all the distractions this week, being in Scotland, and over the last number of months, building up to your matches, you've always talked to the champion about keeping their eye on the ball. You do it with Seth Rollins, you do it with Damian Priest. Perhaps going into tomorrow night that you're the one that doesn't have their eye on the ball heading into Clash at the Castle.
Sucks.
So, with that said,
I've very much got my eye on the ball. I've never, ever been this focused in my life. I didn't think this was possible. The last Clash was a stab through my heart, my family's heart, the whole of the UK. I cannot let it happen again in Scotland. I'm back home. I couldn't have dreamt of this moment. I'm going to have my people there, my family there, a redo, a chance to make this right. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I can't stop thinking about it. The one person who's not going to be there is my wife, because she's in surgery right now, emergency surgery. And she told me, I want you to go there and bring that title home. And I'm going to bring that title home.
You mentioned Clash at the Castle, the first one. And Drew, you were screwed. There's no doubt about that. However, Monday night on Raw, you beat Finn Balor. which means that all of Judgment Day is now barred from ringside tomorrow night at Clash at the Castle. So if I dare say this, there are no more excuses. You have to win tomorrow night. What happens if Drew McIntyre does not win tomorrow night at Clash at the Castle?
Drew McIntyre is going to win. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the man who will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre tomorrow night in Glasgow. El Campeón, the World Heavyweight Champion from Judgment Day, Damian Priest.
Get it in while you can. Take your pictures while you can, because tomorrow night, that's bloody mine.
Well, Damian, there's no doubt about it. As you can hear, you're in enemy territory tomorrow night. Drew McIntyre definitely has the home field advantage. How do you combat that in the title match tomorrow night?
Yo no entiendo por qué yo le caigo tan mal a ustedes. ¿Tienen un problema conmigo? Yo me quedo aquí toda la noche.
He said I suck and I'm gonna lose. Continue. I'm too quick.
Seriously, as the champion, how do you put this all out of your head and focus on what you have to do in the ring?
This is what I'm walking into. It's a bunch of children. Do I look like I'm getting thrown off my game from a bunch of children? This is not hostile territory. I was raised in hostile territory. This is a bunch of kids booing. This is not gonna throw me off my game. You guys are not gonna help Drew McIntyre.
Obviously, you've never been to Govan.
No, and I don't want to.
So, talk about getting thrown off your game. Damian, when you defended the championship against Jey Uso at Clash at the Castle, your crew got involved. And no doubt that had a bearing on the matchup and allowed you to keep the championship in France. However, tomorrow night at Clash at the Castle, the crew won't be around. It's going to be one-on-one, even playing field, because the Judgment Day is barred from ringside. How does that change your entire game plan heading into the match with McIntyre?
I can't control what my friends do. I'm not the first person to ever use outside interference to win a match. He knows that. It just so happens that they're there, but I've never needed them to win a match. And tomorrow, I'm not gonna need them. I'm gonna shove this win down everybody's throat on my own. ¿Cómo fue? No los entiendo.
The matchup tomorrow night, it is a match. Go ahead, Drew.
I was just gonna say it, did you?
The matchup tomorrow night is a match of true heavyweights. Look at the size of both of these men. This is a true heavyweight championship battle. Damian, the man to my right, has called you a transitional champion because you cashed in the contract after he held the title for just over 5 minutes at WrestleMania. You did what 80% of the people who held that contract did, and that's win the championship when their opponent was vulnerable. But nonetheless, he has called you a transitional champion. You and I have had a lot of conversations over the months leading up to you winning the title. You had a chip on your shoulder. You were pissed off because many people on social media never believed you were going to cash in, never believed that you could win the championship and then could carry the title for any length of time. You've had it for a number of months now. How does that statement drive you as we head into the match tomorrow night?
Drew talks a lot. That's all he does. That's all he's good at anymore. That's the only thing keeping Drew McIntyre a WWE superstar. So, as far as them calling me a paper champion, look, I'm honored to be the world champion. I won't. I'm honored to be the world champion. And you know what? If there's one thing that I'm embarrassed about, it's the fact that this clown held this title for 5 minutes.
So, it was a fine speech. I just couldn't hear half of it because they were telling you to please be quiet.
It's cool because I can't understand you and I can't understand them, so it's all right.
All right. I mean, I said this the other day, but it bears repeating. 5 minutes, 46 seconds. It's been way more talked about than your entire title reign so far.
Because you keep bitching about it.
You know what? Someone's got to say something nice about you. Damian Priest, you tried to make this personal. I'm going to take a moment here to say you're a hell of an athlete. You've paid your dues. You've earned your spot. You deserve to be in WWE right at the top level. You do. And I could say I'm going to crush you quickly tomorrow night, but I know I'm not. You're not going to give up easy. This is going to be baptism under fire for you. You're going to prove you belong. You're just not good enough to be world champion in the same company as Drew McIntyre. That's it.
I don't know how you can say that when I'm holding it right now.
Okay, guys.
Listen, mate. I can see the fire in your eyes. People are going to be talking about this match for a long time, but unfortunately for you, I dream broken dreams. I make them come true, mate. And tomorrow night, I'm going to make them for you.
Okay, guys, we'll get to the fighting tomorrow night. Will it be a career-defining win for Damian Priest? Will Drew McIntyre finally win the World Heavyweight Championship once again in front of his hometown crowd in Glasgow, Scotland? It happens at Clash at the Castle. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. It starts at 7 o'clock in Scotland, 2 o'clock on the East Coast in the United States, 11 o'clock on the West Coast. Thank you for joining us. Glasgow, you have been a tremendous audience. We love you. We'll see you at SmackDown.